Next thing to think about. The palms of the hands, of course, have gone on to other things like handshaking. We shake hands often when we meet people, but there's lots of different types of handshakes. I'm going to share a few with you. Can I borrow you, sir? What's your name? Errol. Errol. Thanks very much. Can I hear Errol? Thank you. Now, if I was to shake Errol's hand here, shake my hand, Errol. Thank you very much. Now, Errol, let go. See, Errol's got a good vertical handshake. When Errol and I shake hands like that, we feel good, don't we? It's an equal handshake. It's good, level, vertical handshake. And we feel good about that. But there are lots of different types of handshake that you'll come across. Some of them are difficult to manage too, but you have to try and manage them as well. There's one particular handshake I want to share with you, which is the palm down handshake. You ever come across that? If I was to put my hand out, shake my hand, how do you feel about that? You don't like it, do you? It's uncomfortable. Let go. Now, you see, my palm is down, domineering. Errol's palm here is up, which is submissive. So if I'm going to take his hand like that, if he accepts that palm down handshake, he is actually accepting my dominance, which makes it uncomfortable. What would you like to do? If you took my hand like that, what would you like? Twist it straight, of course. Twist it straight. The problem is, and I don't know about this with Errol here because he's a big, strong lad here, but the problem is, palm down handshakes. So take my hand. Okay, twist it straight. When you're ready, twist it straight. The problem is, palm down handshakes don't have to be very strong to be very firm. If you have a palm down handshake, all of your muscles here are in a row, and they're easy to hold that position. But if you have your palm like this, hold out your hand like this. Feel what it's like. See, all the muscles here are already twisted. It's almost impossible to twist that straight. Now, Errol, big strong man, but found it difficult to twist my palm straight because my palm was in a row, my muscles were in a row, his were already twisted up. In any event, you don't want to be arm wrestling with your customers before you meet them. So you need to find a better way to manage that palm down handshake. If Errol had a palm down handshake, put it down. Palm down, palm down. If I was to meet Errol and he had a palm down handshake like this, a couple of things you can do. If you were to take the hand like that and then walk a little bit closer to him than you normally would, you see what happens? Bends the arm and that automatically goes vertical. Because what I've done is broken into his personal territory just a little bit there. And that kind of takes away his dominance. And it just automatically goes vertical. So if you're standing up, just walk a little bit closer than he would expect you to. The palm goes vertical. So Errol and I here have had this huge psychological battle that he knew nothing about, which is good. Other things you can do with that palm down handshake that I've been taught in my seminars, people have shown me. A couple of them I'm going to share with you. Put that palm down handshake, palm down. Sometimes you can just take the fingers like this. Hello. I'm not recommending that one, by the way. You can end up with some very strange friends that way. Another thing you can do, put it out again, is to take the palm down like that, but then put the other hand on top. And so what you're doing there, you double a handshake, but his palm down is beneath my palm down, which makes mine more powerful, subconsciously. So it takes the sting away a little bit like that. The last thing I was shown by somebody that you can also do, put it out again, palm down, is you just take it on top like this. Hello. I'm not recommending that one, by the way. The best way to avoid the palm down handshake is to avoid it, and you avoid it by having your hand out first. When you meet people, get into the habit of putting your hand out a little bit earlier than you normally would, even as you're walking towards somebody, then they have to take your vertical hand rather than you taking their palm down. Solves the problem altogether. The other interesting thing about handshakes, of course, is ladies shaking hands. Because men have been shaking hands for a couple of 100 years when they meet each other. Prior to that, a handshake was only to cement a contract. You would shake hands. But we've been shaking hands for a couple of 100 years. Women probably have only been doing it comfortably for maybe 30 years, and so there is still some uncertainty, isn't there? All the fellas will know this, and many of the ladies too. Interesting enough, when you meet a lady, if there's some uncertainty, you just don't know, do you, whether she's a shaker or not? I mean, you don't know, do you? I mean, they don't wear T-shirts, I am a shaker, you know, so you just don't know. So what happens is you walk towards a lady, you put your hand out to shake her hand, but she's not comfortable with it. So you say, oh no, I've made a mistake. You take your hand away. As you take your hand away, out pops her hand. But then you go to grab it and it's gone again. You know? And you end up playing trains for a while. You know, you don't want to be doing this. It's very embarrassing. What I say is shake everybody's hand. When you meet somebody, put your hand out and leave it there. Somebody's going to shake it. It just solves the problem of is she or isn't she. Look, I'm a hugger myself. I prefer to be hugging everybody, you know, but you can't get away with that so much in business. Sometimes, you know, sometimes, but not so much. So shake everybody's hand. That's a really nice thing to do. Of course, be aware that some people, in some cultures, it wouldn't be polite to shake a lady's hand. In some cultures, some religions would find that impolite. So you just have to be aware of that. Just to be aware of that, and that comes into know what you want to be section right at the beginning, knowing the customer or the person you're meeting in advance. Find out what sort of person they are.